Hey guys, Mr. Marcus here, and as you can see, we're back with some Southampton Master League. We're going into the second season, of course, and of course, we're going to be staying at Southampton. No need to move anywhere else. Of course, if you haven't already seen the first season, I'd advise you go and watch it now. There'll be a link in the description below, and of course, there's a big playlist, only 13 episodes, so it's only about 150 odd minutes of, so about 2-3 hours of just watching. It's actually not too bad. It's actually quite entertaining. As we get towards the end of the season, then you'll find out what happens. But spoilers, if you haven't watched it, basically I win the title in the first season. I also won the FA Cup as well, so I won a double in my first season, but it was very fortunate that I actually did win it. It was sort of down to good luck and sort of basically just playing quite well, as well as having the likes of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on loan in the second half of the season. Without him, I don't think I would have got anywhere near the top of the table. But with that, of course, finishing in top 4, qualifying for the Champions League, and this Master League basically will end. Well, my reign at Southampton will probably end when I win the Champions League with them. So it could be this season, next season, 3 seasons from now, 4 seasons from now, 5 seasons from now, and then eventually I'll probably end up getting bored and just finishing anyway. But with that logic, then this episode doesn't really have much in terms of actual gameplay footage, in terms of actually playing games, because there was only one training match, which was between Southampton and Juventus. But as you see there, of course, going out my way to buy Joel Campbell, who I had on loan last season. I also could have signed Luke Shaw, but I decided against it because I got Ryan Bertrand at left back, as well as Cesar Azpilicueta. I was trying my hardest to try and get Lorenzo Insigne to sign for me, of course, but I wasn't willing to pay over like 8 million for him. And then when I actually looked at his stats, he had over 9 million for him, and basically, like, he can play left mid, can't really play right mid, and he can play up front, and I need someone quite big to play up front, because of course I'm trying to get rid of Graziano Pella, not based off the fact that he didn't do good last season. It was just the fact that he's quite old now. He's like 31 years old, so he of course will start to decline quite rapidly, because that's what happens in PES with your players. They decline very rapidly. So of course, going into the game against Juventus, it's only a friendly match, so I wasn't really too bothered about actually winning the match. But of course, facing off someone who's quite hard, it would probably add to the influence and whatnot. But technically, I'm not actually into the second season yet. I'm still actually in the first season. It's just the training match, for whatever reason, takes place at the end of the first season. It's really weird that way. But in the first minutes, in the first half of this game, Graziano Pella gets an opportunity to get a shot away against Gianluigi Buffon, and Buffon of course saves it because he's one of the best goalkeepers in the game. And moving us forward straight into the second half, roughly on the 70th minute mark, Nathaniel Klein runs down the right hand side, past a couple of players who can't really seem to stop him. Eventually Graziano Pella gets the ball, gives it back to him for a very nice 1-2, and then eventually Klein crosses it and gets blocked, and Pella pops up and heads it into the back of the net for him to score past Gianluigi Buffon, probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And basically they give us a 1-0 lead, and that was it. We win 1-0. I'm just going to tell you that now, even though we're on the attack here with Fernando Llorente, and they do get a shot away, but it's a good save from Fraser Forster, and they get another shot away with Vidal. It's again blocked. They get another shot away, and Forster, being the beast that he is, stops it from happening in general. So with that logic, of course, I want to try and improve the team, and the objective of this season is to basically try and get as far in the Champions League as possible. Having won the league, I don't really care about winning the league again. I mean, yes, of course there is that trophy or achievement if you're an Xbox player for getting the treble of the Champions League, the league, and the cup. But I was like, no, I'm not really too bothered about the actual achievements or the trophies, because I just don't care that much. So with that logic, as you can see here, Joel Campbell joined up with the squad. This season I want to try and maintain maybe winning the Champions League, and then seeing what could happen after that. I mean, I could stay at Southampton, win the treble, and then move on after that, or I could just move on like if I won the Champions League. So with that logic, here we are just going over the sort of stuff with the league ranking and the team ranking. Of course, our team ranking went quite high up because of the fact that we won the league. But of course, other offers came in for me, and I was like, well, I wasn't going to change. I wasn't going to ever not be at Southampton for the second season, but it was always interesting just to see who else actually wanted me. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, Genoa, Sevilla, St Etienne, Ajax, Porto, Internacional, Lannis, Cardiff City, Real Betis, and Arles Avignon and Catalonia. But of course, that's the CDB team, which isn't licensed. So Of course, staying at Southampton, I could have went to Man City or Arsenal or Liverpool or even Tottenham, but I was like, no, I was against all that. But as you see here, Cardiff, Norwich and Reading got promoted, and I don't really care who got relegated because who even cares? But of course, I tried my hardest to try and get Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain actually back into my squad because of the fact that without him last season, I wouldn't have won the league. So I was trying to get him on a loan offer, and I was like trying to get maybe an option to buy him, but Arsenal wanted like 40 million for him, and I only have like 30 million to actually spend on players. Badstuber's on the transfer list from Bayern Munich, and I was like, well, I requested a loan transfer, actually go back to make it a full transfer because of the fact that I'd need a centre back as a backup, because of the fact that, well, my backups at the current, my centre backs at the current moment are Alderweireld, Gardos, and Jose Font. There's no one else, or Jose Fonte. And, well, I got Yoshida, but Yoshida's absolutely dreadful. So I ended up making a request loan transfer. I actually ended up going out my way to buy him. But of course, as well with looking at the players, as you see here, Stevan Jovetic has a old face. This is because this footage is before, like when I was recording, I recorded like quite a chunk of the second season before they upgraded his face. But not like a big chunk. It's only like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then I didn't really play the game a lot. So, of course, with that, you will see his new face in the 5th or 6th episode of the season. But of course, doing well in managing in general, you of course get offered the option to become a national manager of a national team. I took the Portugal role because I didn't want to be the Argentina manager. I thought Argentina would be too straightforward. Scotland I was like, I'm not going to be the Scotland manager because they don't have a real kit, and I thought I want to be someone licensed, so it was Portugal. So that was quite cool. I accepted the terms for Jovetic. I got him. He was on loan, not a buy, but I have the option to buy him at the end of the season. Depending on how he sort of operates, I will probably end up either buying him or not buying him. It's interesting that sort of way. But again, as here as well, this was when I went out my way to actually go out my way to buy, Holger Badstuber, and of course, it's only like 600 million for him. And we're coming up to the end of this episode of basically what's rest is going to happen. As I look at the teams, I end up getting Serge Gnabry on a buy. I buy Gnabry, and I also look at loaning Johan Belhanda from Real Madrid. So yeah, first episode, interesting. Next episode will be out probably on Wednesday or Thursday or maybe even Friday. It all sort of depends on my schedule of how I look at things and how I get time to do anything else. So yes, if you haven't enjoyed this video and you haven't actually checked out my channel, check out the rest of my channel. There's not really much else there at the current moment for PS5 15 stuff, but anyway, if you haven't enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.